Hey guys, welcome back. I'm getting a bus. Check it out. Going to an airport. It's stupidly busy. I've got an airplane above my head. I've got about 3 bikes going past. Car alarm going off. I'm strapped to the nines. Look at this around my neck. Anyway, the destination is not the airport. Destination is Stansted Mountfitchet Castle. Come with me. I'll show you what it's all about. Check that out. Look how much easier it is for kids these days. Literally, just scan the QR code on the timetable. It'll tell you when your next bus is. This is all new to me. I've got a car. Looks like we've got to do some changes. Thanks, mate. Right, here we are. Here we are. Beep, 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 beep. Somewhere I haven't been in a while. In a long time. So, I'm pretty good with all this stuff, but I haven't done it in a long time. But we've got to grab the new bus, the 510, from the airport. Get to Stansted Mountfitchet. That's the next port of call. Apparently, we're in the right spot. Probably somewhere I'll have to come a lot more often, because if I want to get to London, it's probably the easiest shout, jumping on a National Express bus and getting off at a London station. Looks like things have improved since I've been here. Anyway, years ago, didn't have any of this. Certainly didn't have a waiting room. Literally a coffee bar, croissants, the whole area you can sit. That would be a real adventure. Look, jump on a Flixbus or something similar, see if we get to Paris. Definitely changed, because yeah, you could get into London and you could get relatively close to where you wanted to go, maybe like 100 miles from Stansted Airport. But honestly, the amount of buses and the amount of infrastructure they've got now is mental. Might get to the moon. Look, if you don't fancy no Cafe Nero, you can get yourself a nice rice box meal. Check it out. Mixed grill. Oh, looks like my ride's here. Slight correction, we're going on this one. 510 next door. There's no driver. Certainly something I can't help with. Next part of the journey. Oh, now we got a fire in Suffolk as well. Next door. Thanks, mate. Right, we're off the bus. Whew, that was fun. The guy was having a little disagreement with someone because the dude wanted to get off at a college and he wouldn't have to pay a fare. But I guess he paid money anyway and then complained that he had to pay the money, even though the bus driver was like, mate, you don't need to pay, it's fine. I did tell you. So I've got a little walk down into the main town. It's only 5 minutes or so. I'll tell you what, life is easier when you drive, that's for sure. Look at me all strapped up. I've been doing a little bit of thinking. Well, I've been doing loads of thinking because of having all this sort of time to myself. But whether or not you guys actually sort of enjoy the bit of the journey where I'm trying to get somewhere. I mean, does that add a lot of value? I don't know. It's part of the caper, part of the adventure. I mean, if I was just to turn up somewhere and document it, I guess it would be like everything else that everyone else does. But I guess this is the fun part, isn't it? The mistakes and the ways that you try and get to these destinations. I've got incredibly squeaky shoes on. Slow peacocks crossing ahead. Time travel to 1066. Experience life in an original Norman Mott and Bailey castle. Why not visit the haunted mansion indeed? Look at this. Right, I went here when Robin was tiny. Couldn't get him in. Well, no excuse today, gotta be brave. Been on TV and radio, look, The One Show, Paul O'Grady, plenty of news. BBC Essex, BBC Essex. Pretty reasonable, £18. Oh, look, it's been updated. It's obviously less. And so it should, look, it has won awards. A Norman Motte and Bailey castle and village that was reconstructed on its original ancient 9-acre site. Wander through the village behind the wooden palisade walls, enter all the houses, marvel at the siege weapons and meet the animals that roam freely among the site. Pretty much what we're in for, look.
Thank you very much.
1066, ruled by William the Conqueror.
Hello, hi, can I get one adult please, admission? Thank you.
I'll pass it on to a younger,
Thank
better
you.
version.
Okay. Would you like any animal food at all?
Look at this, this is what we're going to be seeing later in the toy museum. This is more my bag. I could be in trouble, look, things are for sale here. Collectibles. I am a big toy collector, just having the room to keep things. Anyway, the toys can wait. Let's start where you should do, which is the original castle. So this castle is actually built on the foundations, and here we have up here, and that might look a bit old and boring. Trust me, it's not. Look, the original part of the castle. So this is the Bailey, the outskirts, and we're going to head in a minute. And this is what it was built from originally: old flint, chalk, mortar, the remains of the 12th century castle. Look how high up we are. So I've got my guide map, and my £2.50 bag of animal feed. That is going to be a highlight. I'll show you why in a mo. But let's adventure into what looks like some sort of old siege tunnel that they've built. So they would have constructed something like this to try and break in over the walls. This is a one-way system, exhibit only. Ooh, okay, I don't know where we're going to end up. Minding their head.
You are now inside a medieval siege tower or breaching tower. It is constructed of wood by attackers who besieged the castle to protect the assailants inside. The tower was often rectangular with 4 wheels and taller than the castle walls to allow archers to shoot arrows into the fortification from the top of the tower.
Mind your head, definitely.
Because the towers are wooden, they were often at the front of this
If it's not scary enough climbing through this thing, knowing what's the other side of this door, not fun. I'm going to have to fight and lose my leg. Wow, and this is what you come out to. We're inside the keep area already. So this is where your Baron of the area would have lived. In his nice herb garden with his maids and queen. All the royals would have been in here. I've got a picture of my son outside of this, taken from the other side when he was only little. He was probably about 8. He's come here about 3 times. But this is my first time without him. Actually, it's my first time on my own, full stop.
You have just walked back in time to the 11th century. I am Baron Mountfitchet, and I own the castle and live here with my family, servants and guards. The rest of the castle community lives in the Outer Bailey. My father, the Duke of Boulogne,
I love
conquered
waxworks.
Stansted
They're
in
so creepy.
1066 and built his modern
That dude in the corner.
He was awarded one of my descendants, Richard de Mountfitchet.
So as part of basically getting up in Hastings, making it all the way up here, the people that took over our country, the Normans, with their conquest, gave land to everyone in the area. So basically you have a big chunk of land, make a big castle, and you could have everything you wanted. Easy living.
The double-handed sword, the single-handed sword, the daggers and the axes. You will see in front of you the chainmail armour we wear when we go into battle, protect ourselves from the arrows and the slashing of the sword.
I don't know about you guys, this is some seriously heavy armour. How you're supposed to swing your body around to try and defend yourself. The weight of it.
Further along the building you will see the leather helmet.
Where are we going? That's what I love about this place, it's so interactive. Look, you could literally be in somewhere which hasn't been touched in 1,000 years with these original paintings. I know everything's made to look the way it was, but this is how the Normans used to live.
Quiet, I'm trying to sleep.
Sorry, buddy.
Oh, this is the only place in the entire castle complex where I can get any peace.
And this is the Baron's bedroom. Again, not changed in years. It's got the same voices from the 80s. Here the Baron and his family would sleep soundly, knowing that the guards are on duty below.
Oh, do keep it quiet, I'm trying to sleep. Oh, dear.
Not the easiest thing when you've had an operation on your arm. Gonna take it easy. Hopefully won't need one of these axes. Obviously being all rebuilt, it's a lot newer than it looks, but that is still an absolute effort to rebuild. Okay, look, another example. Always look up. Look at that beam. It's been carved. That took 3 weeks. I mean, it isn't Gordon Ramsay, but I could definitely survive on a medieval diet. Okay, it's mega difficult to pick up, but look, just behind me, 10 metres behind me, is the most exciting evidence of a ghostly apparition that was taken on the 18th of July 2010 inside this exact building, just around behind me, on that doorway. I mean, you're not having pictures of Pamela Anderson and Beverly Hills 90210 up on the walls, are you here? But this is still impressive artwork.
Just walked back in time to the
It says that the night watchman, who used to look after the Stansted Castle at night, noticed increasingly uncomfortable feelings whilst being in this area. So they decided to set up a time-lapse camera. Okay, people were a lot shorter back then. I'm not climbing in here with the dead arm. Look at this. Maybe we can get up top. Wow.
Of East Anglia in the 8th century.
In fact, falconry was so important to English society that one could rarely walk down the medieval streets without seeing someone with his or her falcon perched on hand or wrist.
Often most castles only had one portcullis. That's the spiky bit that would come down, the cagey looking bit over the front door, and would stop anyone getting in, but they could still have access and they could still see out into the rest of the grounds behind the castle. Someone else has set off the Baron. Mountfitchet Castle, a Norman village, is an open-air museum and nature reserve existing on a historic 10-acre site. Well, that much we know, but there is droppings everywhere of rabbits, and I think we've got a lot of different geese and different birds and deer, which is why I bought the food. So I think we need to hunt for them. Let's go and have a little look. Before that, I found the herb garden, the medieval herb garden. Look at that, showing the state of the summer that we've got. Nearly everything is dying off up here. Oh,
He's into this garden with all these herbs and plants for the Baron and his family.
oh, he's not looking too good either. Lavender, borage, rosemary. Norman soldier's sling for shot practice, a practice range. I want to have a go on that. I found some wildlife. It might be tiny, but it's still wildlife. I'm stepping forward into the tower area. Look up there, look, wow. Okay, this has all been rebuilt since I was here, because I don't remember walking around so many places. This is excellent, except my arm. Take it easy. I reckon they were reconstructing all of this the last time I came, because I do remember it being off bounds. Execution! Ouch. I don't know, which would you prefer? Every so often the silence and sort of scenic nature of the village is ruined with the trains that go by. But hey ho. If you were believed to be a witch, you would be put on the ducking stool there, and if you drowned, you would be cleansed and you could be sent to heaven. All good. You know, they made a mistake. but if you floated back to the surface, you were deemed to be a witch, and you would then be sent to execution. Normally you would be burnt. Either way, you're doomed. I wonder if these guys are as friendly as the ones at the farm, hey? Hello. How's it going? Oh, you look sleepy. So I thought it'd be a good idea to head back to the original part of the castle where you'd walk through, because that tower, that siege tower is new. So I think we'll head up here and crack on with the rest of the place. You can see the type of battle ditch they would dig. That would stop anyone. Well, I'm not sure that would stop anyone actually, but it would be a lot deeper. Well, your battle ditch that I commented on is actually called the moat, and there it is, look, pointed stakes. Would have been laced with pointed stakes to stop anyone trying to get up and get over, get into the rest of the castle.
Oi!
Ooh.
You down there! Halt! State your name before being allowed to pass this point.
When I was a kid, they used to have the severed heads on the roof, but yeah, they've gone. No more severed heads. Oh, look at that, that's seen better days. That says that most castles, Norman castles built between 1066 and 1120 would have been made of wood, but through the years, they would have slowly been replaced one by one from stone. So this is actually an exact replicant of what we would have seen in Norman times, because of the wooden structure.
Scholars that it may have been used as early as
The harrow.
14th century.
Now this fellow would have made baskets. Very
In this building,
simple
you'll see
things.
some of the implements
Obviously life was proper simple.
Also,
Look at this fella, he's had enough. But
you'll see
yeah,
one
just
side
crops,
which we
farming,
use for grinding up
slaughtering livestock, just for food.
Further along the building,
And then if
you'll
someone
see
came
the
round to try and
harrow,
conquer you,
which
well,
was
you'd have to
simply
fight, so you
laid
need
on
your
the
weapons.
ground.
Just notice he's caught in a man trap, look at that. So they were used for people to keep people off your property, and you wouldn't complain because you weren't supposed to be on the property in the first place. So if you could get out of that, you just do a runner. On your hands probably.
Get my leg out of here, kind sir.
Shouldn't be a thief. Hello there. I don't think you're very English. Indian, in fact, sir. Where are you heading? This is called the Pell. This is where your knights and your squires would have fought each other and practiced against these, basically, pieces of wood. Rather than hitting your mate, you'd be hitting some wood. No flesh wounds here. This is my favourite bit when I was a kid. Look in here, I remember this very well. Look. Oh dear. We've got the torture chamber. Hot coals. This fellow would be spun round and round until he's crispy and had enough. What have we got over here? Prison and punishment.
The man in charge of the prison is called the constable. In front of you, you see the many punishments which were handed out to people who disobeyed the laws. If you were caught hunting the Baron's deer, you had your hand cut off, as you see happening here in front of you. In many cases they were imprisoned in the dungeon, as you see before you here today.
That looks like a trebuchet. Trebuchet. Or catapult, one or the other, but we had a rebuild. Got a new version here. They always keep this place up to date. Look at that. That's something new as well. Wow. You can practice your archery. Right, I've only got one working hand. Let's try. Here we go. All the way back. All the way back. Ooh. Jackpot. This place has definitely got better with the exhibits. Things like that. Weapons you can fire. Places you can crawl through. This is always the same. Oh wow. Yes, what's this? This is all the same back in the day, but now you probably could have a go in the toilet. Need way more exhibits. Way more to look at, way more to do. Way more rabbits as well. Look what's happened to our ravaged land, look. Not because of Vikings or pillagers or anyone like that. Because of heat. Definitely is normally grass here. Got a little grave robber. I think back in medieval times you wouldn't have had a grave inside the church. That might be a little bit pollutant. You probably would have put it outside the castle walls, but look at this church. find medieval religion quite creepy because of obviously, well, let's be honest, people weren't that intelligent back in medieval times. And with a place like this where if you didn't have science, you didn't know how to fix your arm, for example, bad pain in my elbow, I'd just go and see the priest and he'd make me better, right? Very simple, naive behaviour, a bit creepy.
Come into my church. We know from the records that there was a resident priest here at Mountfitchet Castle, which meant that it was a very important castle. The priest would have been a warrior priest, going into battle and killing people. He was not allowed to use the sword.
Has anyone ever seen the Sean Connery film Name of the Rose? Brilliant, watch it, wooden rimmed glasses. I think we found a very important part of the castle where the blacksmith. Yep. Chatting again. Very interactive. If you want, you can try on some of the armour, some of the chainmail. Yeah, I might need a custom fit. Not very nice. Ow! Found the blacksmith. Hello, sir. Hello. How's your day been? Ooh, what's this? You think I've got food? You're very tame.
They often attacked and killed animals,
What are you doing in
and
there?
even children. The various Norman kings and barons employed
I think
servants.
someone might be
as
laying some
wolf
eggs.
hunters.
That's not a very safe spot
Many
next to the
servants
wolf.
then had
Did we
land
doing this?
granted to them on the condition
Hey.
they fulfilled this duty.
You want to get a bit more comfy? Very important things these. Look, medieval charcoal burners. You're thinking, well, why? Why? I actually know this. You'd need high melting points for iron, for smelting iron and basically creating steel. So charcoal burning, very, very important for doing such things. Hello. I can hear a duck, but I can't see a duck. Oh, look in here, look in here. There's so much wildlife. Hello. Tweet, 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 tweet. What's going on down there? Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Are you okay? Hello, how's life? Oh. Had a very wholesome experience with a little fella called Hayden. He said, chicken. I said, yeah, it's a chicken. Yeah, it's a lady chicken, a hen. And he went, what? And he gave me a big stone, little rock. Clever lad. Going up again. Think about this place, there's a lot of nook and crannies and it's very well spread out, so you're normally not going to bump into anyone. You might bump your arm into something like I'm doing. Set me back a couple of days, I hope not.
Very narrow.
Wow. Might actually sit down, have a little recharge on the world's largest picnic bench. Is there room for one? Not the worst view for lunch, I'll be honest. Look at that. Yeah, I'm definitely no Gary Rhodes, but when it comes to food, I know what I like. And a good salami sandwich, right? Just salami, no spread. Brown bread, white bread, doesn't matter, brown bread's better. Handful of jalapeno peppers. Oh, now you're talking, that's simple as it gets, and as nice as it gets. I'm still hungry. I'll try a bit of this. Look at that. The deer food. Not actually kidding, it's quite nice. It's like honey oats. Hello. Hello. Here's my camera, you can't eat the camera. There you go. Oh wow, you're sweet. Wait a moment. Come on, let's put this bag down. Oh no, he's going to eat the bag. Right, okay. Can't do that. Hello, you're very nice. There you go. Hello. Magic. You're beautiful. You really are. Where's your friend gone? Your friend can have some. You'll end up having it all. Oh, there's other guys coming. There's other guys coming. Oh. I tell you what you don't do. You don't give much personal space. Can we stroke? We allowed a little stroke. I think, oh, we are. A bit shaky. Bless you. Now I can see you're going to be trouble. You've got a troublemaker. Let's go back a little bit. Give you some on the floor, look. Yes. I think you're going to take a chunk out of the camera. Right, we've got to fit nibblings. Come on, nibbles. Come on. Hey. One's trying to eat out of the bag near the bad arm, while the other one's nibbling the food. Come on, Bambi. Wait a minute. Come on then. Whoa. Who wants that then? You want that, do you? Because you're taller. I've got an incredibly warm mouse breathing all over me. Yum. Can I get a stroke? Ooh, not sure. Oh, you're having a scratch? Could do that for you. Hello there. Oh, you're not sure about Mr. Goat, are you? Mr. Goat. Come on. Oh, Mr. Goat. Right, you can have your own bit, Mr. Goat. Let's give some to her. It's okay. There you go. Well done. Don't worry about Mr. Goat, just because he's got big spiky horns. Yes, you. Oh, Mr. Goat. He's a bully, sir. There you go. It's alright. Hey! Right, Mr. Goat just took a bite out of my t-shirt. I felt that. That's been all the way to LA and back. Now you've taken a chunk out of it. Oh, I've forgiven Mr. Goat. Oh, Mr. Goat, Mr. Goat. No, you've given the jump out of me. No, you did. Trying to get my attention. Ruining clothes is not the way to do it. Oh, what are you doing? Wait. No, you're not supposed to run off with the bag. Oh well, let's free these guys up. Here you go, look. Here you go. Yes. Oh, Bambi, you can have some. Come on then. And some for your friend. Some for your friend. Oh no. Oh, greedy. I just saw the rest of the bag, and now you've eaten the bag, and I'm not sure you care. Don't tell anyone. It's our secret. It's oh yeah, yum. What are you doing with your leg then? Oh, yum. Beautiful creature. Wow. You are big, sir. There's a little lady hen next to him. You've got a huge claw on the back of your leg, which scares me a little bit, I'm going to be honest. And that flappy bit. You've got a big flappy bit around your head. Hello, mate. Oh, look, very important, guys. Do not forget to wash your hands. I had absolutely tons of germs on me then. Anyway, we're going to move on. Let's head back in. Yeah, I had to take a little break just to eat something. Rest the arm. It's a little bit sore, but that's okay. Still going. And also feed those animals. Brilliant, but honestly, don't forget to wash your hands, because you will get everything run up to you to eat everything that you've got. Honestly. In a mine. A mine was the most dreaded threat to a castle. Enemy miners were employed to tunnel underneath. Try and get underneath, like in Lord of the Rings. I'm not going in there. Hello! Yes, we've already met. We've already met, haven't we? And we've already eaten most of what I've got. Yes, except my cash. And you're not having that. Let's go together, shall we? But back in the day, this was definitely where I'd want to come as a kid. Spend my days here. Used to get a huge lollipop and a little night on a horse. Still haven't found that feather. Ouch. The yew tree trunk. This yew tree trunk is thought to be between 600 and 900 years old. Strong enough to hold him up for stealing some bread. This, look, you got your washing machine, you got your Indesit, your hot point, you know, your Siemens if you're rich. But here is your tumble dryer. Everything was going to smell of burnt wood after using this. Where's Pig? Where's Pig? Where's Pig? Oh, there's Pig. Hello, Mr. Pig. Noisy Mr. Pig.
So we could take the food to our master.
Hello, my lover. We're in the kitchen.
Cold. You will see around me some of the food we eat.
Slave labour.
Some fruit from the orchards, fish from the river at the bottom of the castle. The food to our
Obviously, you couldn't do much about having a fire inside if it's raining. You've got to do some cooking. The kitchen roof is nearly gone.
Some fruit from the orchards, fish
Bit of a
from the
fire
river
hazard.
At the bottom of the castle.
Here's your typical bread oven. I mean, you get pizza ovens that are similar these days, look, but this thing would have been heated up to however many Celsius. Oh, it smells. Pop your yeast in there and wait for it to rise. Queue up and have a go on that. Grab your rotten veg. Stick your naughty kid in there. Staying up too late. Too much Fortnite. There's your old catapult. Pop your rock in there. Your burning rock full of fat, full of fatty oil, set alight. Fling it to those trying to get in your home.
In front of you, you will see the loom and some wool from the sheep. We would dye the wool at different stages and weave it into the cloth.
I'm gonna head back up here where I got my apple robbed off me. See who's hiding. Could hear this fella talking my entire lunch.
I became the surgeon.
Oh, the surgeon.
Most of my patients
Oh, very
died
apt.
usually of shock or infection. Such as
Most would
gangrene.
die from shock or infection. Okay, well, I'm happy to be alive, mate.
I am the surgeon.
It terrifies me, this sort of medieval surgery, because obviously without painkillers, the medicine to stop infections, yeah, I mean, I don't think you're going to have too much of a chance, especially if an arrow just takes your heart out, like this fella. Like I said, I'm amazed that the voices are the same. I mean, I don't know how they've preserved those voice boxes so well, or the original tape recordings, but they are the same when I was a single-digit kid. I'm in my mid-40s now. You again.
Welcome to my home where my family live. We know from the Doomsday Book that there were 11 resident families living within the castle walls. The only privacy would be behind the hay.
Literally said we only bath about once a month. Once more than me. Oh, I could hear you earlier, sir. Look at this, look. We've got a little congregation. These fellas have moved. Hello there, you. But my mum pulled up to pick up an old bath from someone. I think it was a bath or a butler sink. And we pulled by the side of the road, and I was deemed with just sort of hanging around, right? So I hung around in the car. Thought I was getting bored. Go for a little walk around the dude's garden. I had all this scrap stuff in the garden. Lo and behold, I met one of those fellas, one of these white geese. Yeah, and he chased me. My bum pretty much saw the most of the action. Bees and honey. Not sure I'd fancy that job without any protection like you'd have. My granddad was a beekeeper. We have a bad history together, you and my bum. Nibbles? How's it going? Oh, it's good to hear. Everything here thinks they're going to get food, that you're going to get fed. Well, he would have had a very busy job here, particularly as this place was pretty much all wooden. The old woodcutter. You guys ever seen the Vincent Price film House of Wax? Yeah. Kind of want this guy to come alive. Spooky. You carpenters out there, look with your bandsaws and all your automatic bits and bobs. That is going to be an effort all day long using that. The hellhole. Prisoners and captive soldiers were often placed alive in holes like this and simply left to die. A very effective medieval deterrent. Yeah, but you got to live with that. You got to live with that smell amongst you. Oosh. Living in a hellhole, you know where you stand in a hellhole.
Philosophy and mysticism. Far from operating within the modern definition of a scientific discipline. Precious metals
alchemy.
as well as elixirs to
It's
cure
a part of
disease
fantasy,
and
right?
prolong
Fantasy
life.
is basically medieval stuff.
Alchemists believed that the transmutation on a
Does
ducking
anyone
stool,
else get
like the
Castle
one behind you
Grayskull
on the
vibes
lake.
from that skull there?
Eventually,
Who has the
alchemy began
power?
to fully...
Someone over there trying to Trying to ruin the escapism of this place. Look, modern home. Well, I never. They used to have to make these chicken houses to stop foxes, rats, what have you, actually trying to steal and take their birds, their hens.
Oh, hello there. I'm Percy Potter. I produce all the pots for the castle. You'll see my work in the brew house, the kitchen.
Was a rich man from Nottingham that tried to cross the river. What a dope! He tripped on a rope, now look at him shiver. See, look, incredibly important. Pottery. What else are you going to have your cornflakes in the morning out of in medieval times? And they probably did have cornflakes before you knock me in the comments. I bet you could make a cornflake in the 1100s. And like I say, always look up. Look, there's a teapot carved into the roof of the pottery hut. Oh, I thought we were going further down than that. Wait, the farmyard ducks started to talk to me. Now this fella's decided he's got an attitude again. What's your prerogative, sir? Straightforward answer. Chaos. What on earth are you? What has happened to you, mate? Dude, you got to fend for yourself more, okay? I mean, maybe you picked too many fights. So stay to your tail. Chicken might have been a victim of the whipping post. State of his feathers. Ouch. Flogging was usually reserved for minor crimes such as laziness or disobedience. Basically kids then. Robin? I like how the middle of the outer bay here is basically torture and punishment. Make yourself a nice green pungent pea soup. Whatever's hiding in here. Ah, you're back. Yes. Yeah, you want to stick up for yourself, buddy. Look, this guy. Don't take any of his trouble. Steady on, mate. I'm not 8 anymore. Oh, I remember this. The old wine press fella.
Good day to you. How are you? I'm the brewer, and I make all the wine for the Baron and his family.
The brewer was saying how probably the most popular place in the castle was in there because that made him very drunk and very happy. Bit of booze. I can see people. There's a new way. There's a new way into the toy museum. So I'm going to venture down that new path. After I say hello to you, my beauty, my black beauty. And you can see why, as of like 2-3 years old, whenever I first came here, and then continually after, I got into horror. And it's still my favourite brand of entertainment as such, with films and media. Ouch. I reckon that, and like the counterpart next to it that this young fellow is going to demonstrate, is one of those things that you jump into and they just drop you over the hot coals until you couldn't deal with it anymore. Oh, he knows. I don't know how he found that out, Granny. And if you weren't finished off from being burnt over hot coals, then you get up the short, sharp treatment, pop your head in there and losing it. Other types of punishment are available at the counter.
Outside in the surrounding areas, pigs were kept and farmed.
Where's pig?
The Doomsday Book provides a castle, and it is recorded that 1,000 pigs were kept.
Wait, that is absolutely broke the immersion. And when you didn't think it could get much worse, we got the Black Death, of course. We got the plague, spread by fleas into your blood. The plague was first introduced in Europe by the sea in 1347 after a ship returned from a voyage across the Black Sea with its entire crew either dead, ill or overcome with fever and not being able to eat food. Ouch! I'm sure you guys recognise this fella. Look, the plague doctor. He was a medieval physician who treated victims of the plague in times of epidemics. Such physicians were specifically hired by towns where the plague had taken hold.
Oi!
What are you doing in opening that door? I'm guarding the passageway to the castle tunnels and the outer bailey. Now, close that door and be on your way in the face.
You again? With your minions.
I'm the head fisherman for the Baron and his family. My job is to provide them daily with fresh fish and leaf.
Yeah, you definitely never used to be able to come down here. So obviously this has been here for years. You can see from the age of it. But last time we were here, this was just the end of the pond. But now we've got a whole brand new path to our toy museum around the corner. Oh, okay. I didn't know this was here. I think Debbie would be coming in here.
Welcome to the dark side of medieval life and experience the more sinister side of castle life. A dark and dangerous job in which many lost their lives when the tunnels collapsed, burying them alive. During the times of siege, the miners were used by the Baron to tunnel under and undermine the walls of the castles, bringing the ramparts crashing down and allowing their attacking armies to storm inside. They produced potions and medicines for the Baron.
Look at that creepy skull, man.
Alchemy in medieval times. Turn left and carefully go down the slope.
I know most of this video is pretty much me sticking the camera through bars, but everywhere there's something to see. Oh, it stinks! Debbie would not like this. Oh, we know why it stinks. Oh my god. Uncle Fester. This is so immersive. Pre-Halloween tree. I might have to come back. If they've got a Halloween thing going on here, I'm going to take Robin and Debs, definitely. Medieval surgery was actually carried out by barbers. You know the bloodletting sign? It's a white and red sign on the edge of a barber's. Traditionally, they used to have the white parts signifying they cut hair, and the red bit to say they bloodlet, because people thought having too much blood in your body wasn't very good for you. How far does this go?
Boy, be careful of working down here. I'm digging a well for the castle's Baron to provide fresh water to the castle, and also in times of siege if the castle ever came under attack.
It stinks.
Honestly, it stinks.
That was great. Feel like going around again. Okay, that was great. If you're adding little things like that to any entertainment, any tourist hotspot, worth the money, worth the extra cash. I'm definitely going to have a lot to edit, that's for sure, when I get home. It's been a difficult one. Difficult journey, but very enjoyable. But before we leave, let's just have a quick little look in the gift shop, right? Every parent's trap. You hate it, but come on, the kids want to see it, and they might want a little something, especially if you do all the stamps. If you do all the stamps in the castle, you can get yourself a little present on the way out. You've even got toys you can buy here, like I showed you earlier, toys and antiques. So maybe you adults will find something that you want to pick up. I guess when you've got so many toys, you've always got room to let some of them go, move some of them on. All this. Just starting to wrap things up here, but obviously with teas, cafes, plenty of freshly made sandwiches, everything that you might want to eat as well. And we've got a lovely little section down the end where you can sit down, put your feet up, let the kids run around, get what they want from the gift shop, come on. And a whole eating section down the end here. Even more items for sale. Be a bargain in there, look, Star Wars figures are £5 each. Maybe some old original Kenner stuff, there's some 90s stuff hiding in there. And look at this, one for Debbie. Wow, okay, I'm never getting out of here. there's tons, even in here to see, even in the restaurant area. And a ton of old artefacts that were found on the site. Wow, look at it before. Look at that, before they built everything here. Basically just a hill with a house. So that must still be the house that's got the antiques in. The toy museum. Oh, wouldn't it actually be awesome if I did find something that I've been keeping my eye on? I'm always looking out for things. Look at that awesome Donald Duck Mickey Mouse shooting game at the back. That's pretty cool. £12. Stuff's very reasonable here. Museum, restaurant, gift shop, antique shop. Everything. It's toward the end of the day now, so obviously things have settled down. Hello, sir. But just thought I'd give you a very quick area tour of the lunch bag storage area as well. School kids that come. It's massive. So if you can't fit indoors, you can come out here, outside, and if you're lucky, the deer will come down, lean over this fence, and take half a sandwich off your hands that your mum made. I'm going to put the second video, it wasn't the original plan, into another part because it's just so much to see here and it's going to be too long. If you could just watch part 2, the toy museum video, when you got a bit of time, I don't think you'll regret it. It's a brilliant place, it's an excellent addition to this already excellent museum. But yeah, now I'm wrapping it up. Okay, I'm done. Surely there's nothing else here to see except the play fort. And from an awesome time here at Stansted Mountfitchet Castle, just tap a little like and subscribe, guys. Really appreciate it. Take care out there. Onwards, upwards, always.